raining or storming like it was last night.
Yeah, and Jen, after Friday night, Saturday, we broke a record, right?
Yeah.
That is exactly right. Yeah, we reached an all-time record high in Mobile on Saturday of 106 degrees. It was steamy out there, and so we are going to start to see some slight relief from that. And the reason for that is going to be a cold front. It's already pushed in last night. We're going to be seeing the effects of that today. It's going to stall out, and it's going to be keeping this right here away from us. This is going to be our next I-name system, Idalia, and the sustained winds at this latest advisory still 65 miles per hour. Just a reminder, at 74 miles per hour is when it is upgraded to that Category 1 strength, but it has to be sustained. Those wind gusts are getting up there, but the sustained wind speed has to be at that 74 mile per hour range. Right now, it's still located just to the south of the tip of Cuba there. However, it's expected to push further north. Right now, it's tracking north. It's still at around 8 miles per hour, and Idalia is expected to strengthen. Really, that Category 3 hurricane strength, a major category as we can make it closer towards midweek. Just heading into Wednesday morning is when that landfall is expected. Now, again, we've been talking about this all morning. Here's the closer look at that track, really heading closer towards the Big Bend area. And as we take a run just through some of the models, you can see Franklin over there, but Idalia is expected to look a little bit better after emerging off of Cuba. Again, still some mountainous terrain there. And then we head closer towards Tuesday, really looking a lot better. You can start to see that closed circulation, that eye wall beginning to form, looking more impressive. Even by Wednesday morning, take a look at that system, staying far off to the east from us, heading closer towards Big Bend, where it will potentially make landfall heading into the early hour of Wednesday morning. So again, that's really what we're tracking at this time, heading closer towards Big Bend. Models, they are consistent with that track. We have this area, or this cold front over us. It's keeping it away from us. So we're really staying closer just towards that Big Bend area. Models really honed in on that portion of Florida there. And the impacts for us, mainly rip current risk. So in case you're visiting our beaches, in case you're vacationing down here, it's not the best time to be in the water heading closer towards Wednesday. But with this area of this cold front that's pushed over us, we're going to be seeing some rain in the forecast, something that we needed. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about that, what the full 7 days are looking like, and we'll continue to talk more about the tropics. All that's coming up soon. Joe.
Football is here, and that means football food is also here. We've got Joe and Jen in the kitchen this morning.
Too spicy for you?
That hot rotel just got me. Jen, you got a water. Thank you, you're the best. And Joe is making a spicy rotel dip.
All right, thanks for watching Studio 10, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, so y'all check this out. So, you know, growing up in Wisconsin, in the Midwest, I've been going to football games, celebrating football my whole life. The Green Bay Packers, went to school in Minnesota. My family was Badger fans growing up. But until I came to the South, I had never once had a rotel dip until my wife made it for us. So I know this is something that tons of people are familiar with, but I wasn't. So maybe if you're like me and you haven't heard about this before, this is the simplest thing you can possibly make, y'all.
It really is. I don't think I've really had it until I moved to the South.
Is this a Southern thing?
It must be.
All right, so check this out. So right here, I wanted to have one that was done. So this, all it is 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
You've got Velveeta cheese. You've got rotel dip. You can choose any one you want. You can choose original. The one I have done is with the hot, which I prefer.
I'm getting that now.
And that's what's happening. That's the downfall of this segment right here, as the ladies are choking besides me.
Yeah.
And then just a little bit of light sour cream. I prefer the light sour cream, not the regular, not just for health reasons, but I feel like the one issue you can have with this dip is it can get too thick. So if you need to, you know, not let it be as thick, use the light sour cream, and then also you could put a little bit of milk in there if you find it getting too thick. But what I did with that one is, y'all saw me throughout the last hour. I just had it on low to melt it at a steady pace. That I would say is the other thing you can do.
Sure.
Is if you try to heat it up too fast, like I'm kind of doing here, you can get that like crusty cheese on the side. You don't want that. You want it all just to melt together and come together.
No crusty cheese.
No crusty cheese. The only person who I know that likes crusty cheese is our maintenance guy, George.
He just walked in. The timing was impeccable.
That's what he prefers.
So.
Yes.
You just pour it all in there, no draining.
Yeah. So the recipe calls for, you know, a block of Velveeta cheese, 1 full can of that, and sour cream. I only had 1 block of Velveeta cheese, so I'm kind of mixing this in half here.
Oh, thank you.
You want to have one?
I'm breaking my chips.
I'll have one.
So Jen and I were talking alongside with our producer Liz. You guys use something different that I don't do, and the three of us don't do all together. Is add the sour cream. That's interesting to me.
That's what I said. Like, I feel like it makes it a little bit more loose, not quite as thick. It makes it more of a dip.
Yeah.
It's like in between a queso consistency and something a little bit chunkier, but that makes it a little bit looser and easier to dip into,
Nice.
I think.
We were talking. I had added cream cheese before. Our producer Liz had added cream cheese before to this.
I love a cream cheese base. I love Velveeta. We don't have one Saturday in our house in the fall where this is not in a crock pot.
Nice. Yeah. So you can do it on the stove like I'm doing now. You can do it in a crock pot and just let it go there. Or if you want to be really quick about it, you can do it in the microwave. You can just do like 30 seconds at a time. Again, you don't want to let it burn, but that's a really quick way to do that. Last thought, ladies, if you want to add a meat, you can brown some ground beef beforehand, or you can brown some spicy sausage and add it to it.
I love the spice, but the spice doesn't love me. Okay, well, we will continue this throughout the week. Really quickly, Jen, what are you making tomorrow?
I think I'm going to be doing a cookie dough dip. Ooh. I was thinking hard about it. This is something that I've made for a couple of events. I went to a sorority event around Christmas time, and they absolutely loved it.
Yum.
It is not healthy by any means, but this is football season, and so it's just going to be a crowd favorite.
Hell.
I know, right? And you can do a bunch of different things to enjoy it with, but I'll probably be doing a cookie dough dip heading up tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to that.
Good job, Joseph.
I hope you like this. Like I said, I know most of y'all know this dip, but if you don't, something new to try out.
And I will say this, if you do put it in the crock pot, you might need to add in milk every few hours just to avoid the crusty cheese that Joe had mentioned. But it's delicious, crowd favorite, super simple.
Yeah, good to eat during the rain too, right?
That's exactly right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about your forecast right now, because we are taking a live view down at Orange Beach at this time. And you know what? It looks beautiful down there. The water is calm. We are starting to see some overcast skies, but that's helping just to break up some of that heat that we're experiencing. But I mean, the water looks fantastic. In case you're heading out, do just be cautious. It's warm in the water. We're still seeing those upper 80s. Jellyfish are out there, so we still have some purple flags flying. So just make sure that you're being cautious. However, we are expecting things to change closer towards the coast as we make our way into midweek. Now, by this afternoon, still some isolated potential for some showers and thunderstorms out there. Daytime highs maxing out in the lower 90s closer towards the coast. But I mentioned the rip current risk. Low today, moderate heading into tomorrow, and by Wednesday. This right here is going to be courtesy of Tropical Storm Idalia. That's really going to be the biggest impacts that we see from this system. We have a cold front that's draped over us. It's going to be stalling out. It's keeping all that tropical trouble away. However, we're still experiencing some of that churned up Gulf water, so we will have high rip current risk heading into Wednesday. Make sure you're being cautious in case you are visiting us here on the Gulf Coast. Now, I mentioned some of those rain chances. Again, nothing to do with the tropical system. This is going to be from a cold front that we have draped over us. It's going to be hanging out for the next few days. And as we look in just closer towards southern Mobile County, things are looking a lot better. Areas just closer towards Bayou La Battery, Coden, Dauphin Island. You were seeing some of that rain not too long ago. Still experiencing some thunder out there with some of those lightning strikes. Our inland spots also starting to dry out just a little bit. And then really the Florida Panhandle there. We can get closer just towards the southern portion there. It's beginning to really ramp up with some of those showers and thunderstorms really on the north side there of Navarre and as we head closer towards Garson Point. So just make sure that you're being cautious in case you are heading out on I-10 anytime soon. Really the biggest impacts there. And then by the time we make it into this afternoon, increased chances for thunderstorms continuing by the second half of today. Really by 4 and 5 o'clock, things begin to ramp up, spreading further towards our inland areas heading later on into tonight. So we have that 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms for your Monday. Coastal areas not looking as likely, but as you head further inland, higher potential for the rest of your Monday, and then we'll turn isolated heading into the overnight hours. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about your forecast, tracking the tropics at this time, and also your full 7-day outlook. All that's coming up soon. Joe. Well, welcome back into Studio 10. We have a lot going on right here. I'll have you ladies step closer, get into the light with me just a little bit. Okay. And the kids are back in school, but if you're looking for some weekend activities, we have a lot going on. And I am joined this morning by Carrie Ransom, and also I have Jennifer Myrick with us, and they are showing us just some of their fun creations that they have in the month of September with Coastal Makers Art Studio. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
And we are getting all of this ready because you guys have a lot going on. So tell me just a little bit about some of the fun finds you have here.
Sure, absolutely. So we have a lot of different art offerings at the studio. We have